we need to talk about rack real estate. If you've ever managed a server room, you know the most expensive resource isn't the electricity, it's the empty slot in the rack. So we're looking at a concept today called ZeroU computing.
It's the engineering equivalent of creating a parking spot where one physically shouldn't exist.
And the device we're using to explore this is the AdderLink Infinity, specifically the ALIF100T-VGA. It claims to be this high-performance solution that takes up literally zero space. But, before we get into the how, I have to call out the elephant in the room.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
This is a VGA device in 2026.
I know it sounds archaic, but think about the environment here. We aren't talking about like a graphic designer's workstation. We're talking about legacy servers.
Yeah.
There are thousands of perfectly functional critical servers humming away in basements that still output VGA.
And replacing them just for a new video port is a huge waste of money.
A massive waste of budget, exactly. So this device is a bridge.
Right. It's dragging that legacy hardware into a modern IP workflow.
That's it, precisely. It's a KVM transmitter keyboard video mouse. But unlike those old bulky boxes that sat in the rack, this is, well, it's a dongle.
It's tiny.
It's tiny. We're talking 4.3 inches long, weighs less than half a pound.
So that's where the ZeroU comes in. It doesn't need a shelf or anything.
Right. It just hangs off the back of the server. You plug it into the VGA port, the USB ports, and poof, it vanishes.
And power.
It draws power only about 3 watts directly from the server's USD.
So no external power break. You don't have to find an extra outlet on the PDU.
None of that hassle.
That power efficiency is impressive, but I do worry about the dongle factor. Dongles feel fragile, If I'm hanging this off a mission-critical server, I don't want it melting.
That's a valid concern, yeah. But this is built with ABS and aluminum. The mean time between failures, the MTBF, is rated at over 500,000 hours.
Wow.
That's over 50 years. I mean, it's designed to be plugged in and completely ignored.
Okay, so it's tough and it's small. But let's talk about what it actually does. You said KVM. Usually that means I have a switch on my desk to toggle between computers.
Yes, but this is an IP KVM. That's the crucial difference.
Right.
Traditional KVMs are limited by cable length. If you use a standard copper cable, you get maybe 300 feet before the signal just dies. This device digitizes the VGA video and the USB signals and just shoots them over a standard 1 gigabit Ethernet network.
Which effectively turns the entire network into an infinite extension cord.
Infinity is literally in the name. Because it's IP-based, as long as you have the network bandwidth, your computer could be in the server room.
And you could be in a different building.
Or a different city, even. With no loss of quality.
But no loss of quality is a really bold claim for video over IP. Usually you get compression artifacts or input lag. I move my mouse. I don't want to wait half a second for the cursor to catch up.
And that's the engineering challenge they solved. They claim minimal lag at 1920 by 1200 resolution. It uses a specialized encoding to keep that 60 hertz refresh rate feeling snappy.
Okay.
It's not just sending a video file, it's streaming the raw interface experience. That's why it demands a 1 GbE connection. It won't even talk to slower 10100 networks.
Okay, there is a catch, though. We need to be clear for everyone listening. You can't just plug this into your laptop and expect it to work, right?
No, you can't. This is a transmitter. It needs a handshake. You need a compatible receiver unit, the ALIF100T-VGA, at your desk to decode that signal.
I see.
Or you plug it into a management system called AIM, the Infinity Manager, and create a whole matrix where one user can switch between hundreds of servers instantly.
That completely changes the value proposition. It's not just about saving space in the rack anymore.
Exactly. It's about decoupling the human from the hardware.
Explain that.
Well, servers are loud, they're hot, and they need to be in secure environments. Humans, we like quiet, air-conditioned rooms.
Right.
This device lets you keep the hardware in its bunker while the human stays comfortable, and you don't get the lag you usually associate with software remote desktops.
It's a fascinating paradox, then.
Yeah.
We are using a legacy connector VGA to push us toward a very futuristic idea. The complete irrelevance of physical location.
It really is. It creates a workspace where the computer you're using might not even be in the same zip code, and you honestly wouldn't know the difference.
Something to think about the next time you complain about your office being too cold. At least you aren't sitting in the server rack.
Thanks for listening to The Deep Dive.
Catch you next time.